2019 was really a year of answered prayer for my wife and myself. In a way, it was groundbreaking for us. In a lot of my videos, you'll hear me referring to walking, my trekking sticks, and everything like that. A little background. Several years ago, I was in fear of being an invalid. We have a 2-story house, and I was thinking how I was going to have to add an elevator to get up and down the stairs, or a chairlift, or one of those type of appliances to deal with the fact that it was becoming more and more difficult due to severe arthritis and being in metabolic syndrome, in other words, being obese. And I was exercising at the time, but the arthritis seemed to be getting worse and worse. I could no longer play the guitar. I had arthritis in my fingers, and things were not looking good for me. My weight had ballooned to 260 pounds, and I was overall discouraged. I still traveled. I still did photography. I have this indomitable spirit, but several things happened that were huge this year. First off, my wife, A1C got really out of control. It put her in the range of being a diabetic, not a pre-diabetic, but a diabetic. And also, she was going to have to start taking a blood pressure medication. And just a couple miracles on that. Her blood pressure medicine, when she went to get it prescribed with a prescription from her doctor, found out that it was on recall for having a carcinogenic filler in it. So she never started on the blood pressure medicine. We're in a small group for our church, and we had been going to the meetings. One couple that is a little older than we are, he had been traveling extensively for about 6 months. When they came to small group, and we hadn't seen him in those 6 months, we hardly recognized the couple. The woman had lost almost 50 pounds. The man looked like a chiseled Greek goddess, and he's in his mid-70s. And we started talking to him about what changes they had made. And this really was an answer to prayer, because just very specifically, my wife and I, in agreement, had asked for the Lord to provide an option for my wife so that she wouldn't have to start on diabetes medication and also the high blood pressure medicine. So they patiently explained keto to us and the ketogenic diet, had us over to their house, shared some books with us, some links, and also explained about the fundamentals of intermittent fasting. And so this is kind of interesting, because just the week before, I'd put my weight up on a whiteboard in our house, and I have that number written down. And I had been with men in a men's fellowship, and we were talking about our plans to really get serious about losing weight. Well, I started in May and really got serious in the second week of May. I'm now down almost 60 pounds. I have not been hungry, and just feeling great. My wife, in 4 months, had dropped her A1C by doing keto and light intermittent fasting, and dropped her A1C down to the point that she's no longer even pre-diabetic, and so down around 5. She also lost about 30 pounds in that time frame and dropped her blood pressure down to 115/70. So we're thankful that the Bible says when you need wisdom, ask of the Lord and He'll give it to you. So we started on that journey, and I'll be sharing some of those links down in my comment. There's some really good YouTubers that are very knowledgeable that can help you get started. But for us, you'll hear me frequently talk about my walks of 8 to 10 miles. One of the benefits of being fueled by ketones is I don't get tired. I used to, have sore muscles. I would run out of glucose in my muscles on a long walk. No longer. And so getting up and down the stairs is easy. I just had wished that I had known about the anti-inflammatory properties and the ability to turn off arthritis before I had both of my hips replaced. And so my arthritis is about 90% better, and for all practical reasons, it's in complete remission. So we're going to focus on photography in the year ahead. I thought I would just share a little bit about our answered prayer and how much it's meant to us. You guys have a very nice 2020, and we'll be building the channel. I have some videos that are almost all done about blogging with both the G7X and the iPhone, a number of other subjects. So a Happy New Year to all of you. Just as a postscript, a landmark article just came out in the New England Journal of Medicine on December 26. I have a screen capture of that article, and this basically talks about everything that we have been practicing for the last 7 months. And the mainline media gets a lot of the facts wrong, so it's very important that you follow some of the links that are provided below for your benefit. And also read the article. It's an easy, free subscription. You can get 3 articles for free from the New England Journal of Medicine. It's well worth your time. It's not that difficult of an article to read. And it also references over 35 other studies that support the data and the conclusions. If you're practicing the ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting, have the possibility for greater longevity, much less incidence of disease, much less inflammation, and just a much better prognosis for healing chronic illness such as diabetes, early onset Alzheimer's, and all the other inflammation diseases. Please read the article. It could save your life. All right, my final concluding comment is we're not doctors and we're not giving medical advice. Our goal is to provide information and refer you to those that are full-time medical professionals that have researched this and have clinical experience, such as Dr. Jason Fung, Dr. Annette Bosworth, and also resources such as the New England Journal of Medicine that are credible, in fact, very prestigious in the medical field. So once again, we're providing this for information purposes. Please do your own research, follow the links to the doctors. We're just people that have benefited from this knowledge and wanted to share what we've learned. But please research it for yourself, talk to your doctors, and have a great New Year.